mobilize more people and get the right people in office, in local offices, city council, mayor, hospital boards.
But I think the main problem is we have legalized corruption here by local 11, renters' right, and things like that. If we don't do, if you guys don't do, because I cannot change anything. If you don't attack the credibility of those parties, it's hard to change anything, you know, because people vote wherever they direct.
You see, because like Democrats have a monopoly on almost everything that's California, but at the same time, I'm not saying that the Republicans are any better. It's just that we're so used to red and blue, but what about green or purple or, you know?
Yeah, so I think the problem, red and blue is good, which I understand, and be partisan. The problem is no dialogue between the two anymore.
No dialogue and no competition.
Yeah.
So the Democrats just think, oh, you know what? We're in charge of everything. You don't have a choice. We're only, so let's say you use a phone service, and the only phone service is AT&T. They're a bad phone service, but they say there's no Sprint, there's no T-Mobile, there's no Verizon. You got to choose us.
Yeah.
So they're just lazy. They don't do anything, and they're corrupt. But they say, well, they don't have another choice. So we want there to be more choices. We want more parties, so not everything is just one big monopoly when it comes to California politics.
Yeah, that's a very big dream, I think, to have more parties and things like that. I don't know if that's, I hope you guys can make it happen, but I think...
I mean, Europe is a multi-party democracy.
Yeah, everywhere else, but what I understand from America is such corrupted, the California in them way and the red states in them way, it's such corruption, it's almost a perfect system in place, which with a third party, whatever that might be, green or pink, whatever, that party is so hard to get credibility enough to be a real competition for the other two. Makes sense what I'm saying? Or especially for the first one.
We want to get like passionate people, but we found so many people who like want to fight. They want to be like, they see what we're doing and they're like, okay, if I can see a way for it to work, let's make it work. And then because a lot of people, exactly what you say, it's so hard. But if we get that kind of like passion up there, that's going to become easy.
Yeah, I understand. So that passion, I think, needs to be used to fight the corruption. Before creating even another type of party.
So I think you need to fix the political system to fight the corruption. You have to fix how the system works.
Yeah, it depends. You're right by saying that. No, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just trying to understand. Yes. It's the corruption is legalized in US and it's transparent. You know, you can see how, for example, a city council. Now, between us and me and you, a city council in Santa Monica, she was asked in order to be endorsed by renter board control. She was asked to have an ADA sign, which she promised she will always vote yes for any of them policies. So those are things like that. Just make it public. It can be a thing because people are not aware. Yeah, it's like it's legalized pride because it's an NDA. She cannot speak about it if she signed, but if she didn't sign, she can speak about it, right? So the same thing with local 11 and things like that, and focusing on inclusion of everybody, including the criminals and the mentally ill people, you know, whatever. Sorry, I got too much into details.
No,
I like politics. Yes, I'm an immigrant. I don't vote, so it's okay.
Me too.
I have a visa.
Me too.
Okay, can you vote for us, please?
I was born and raised here, and it's not the same place I feel like I was born in. And it just feels like my parents are immigrants from Iran, but me, I was born here. And I just see everybody getting away with everything. And I just don't like this monopoly that we have and how they don't give us choices. And I want to, and it's so funny because I see that the immigrants are really passionate, but I want to get my fellow citizens as passionate as the immigrants.
Yeah, they will get upset just if they see something not like corruption is happening, but nobody speak about what's happening.
They put it under the rug.
Yeah, under the rug and focusing on big things. For example, inclusion. So that's the message and the narrative they do. But then at the same time, what about the well-being of the citizens?
What about crime and homelessness,
yes.
which is what I want to talk about?
Yes, okay.
So
let's go.
your restaurant, La Boheme, in West Hollywood,
Yes.
which is how I found you through an article which mentioned robbery. Was it
Yes.
robbery?
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
vandalization of your restaurant. So can you explain what happened and how did you deal with it?
So it didn't happen just at La Boheme, even here in Santa Monica.
Here as well.
Yeah, yesterday we had a guy coming into the kitchen and stole a bag. It's a daily things happening for us. For the past year, is getting that bad.
Someone just comes in, steals stuff from the kitchen.
From the locker room, steal a whole bag with the computer of one of our employees, and just left. And this guy, by the way, is second time he comes and do the same thing. In the past month, we do have cameras. We call the police. We fill up a report. We provide with video footage and everything. Yeah. But it's nothing changing. Nothing happens. Never catch it. Never know about it. We need to follow up. So that's the safety of the well-being of this society, the well-being of the residents of this city and California in general, and the customers and the businesses. It's not working right now. The policies they're putting through, like they want to eliminate jails, or I don't know what they want to do, but stealing $950 is not anymore a crime. It's not. It's just a misdemeanor. So
well, I'm sure a laptop is more expensive than $900.
Yes, but it's still, even then, if it's more expensive, then even if the police catch them, then they let them go after 24 hours because the sheriff department or attorney district, they don't prosecute. So we're in a tough situation because California is not easy on business overall, and we're actually evaluating to get out as everybody else in this town.
You are evaluating to get out?
Yeah, we put for sale to another state which is more friendly. We're dealing with high costs to operate business. In West Hollywood, we have the highest minimum wage in the country.
What's the minimum wage?
$19.08. Plus we have...
Wait, in West Hollywood?
In West Hollywood.
In West LA, it's about 15.
Yes, but the previous mayor ran for supervisor position. So she wanted to have the highest minimum wage in the country for campaign purposes and political ambitions. Then now the second mayor, she's running for Congress. So she's also adding some PTO for part-timers, like paid time off, 80 hours. Sick leave, 96 hours. I don't have the vacation. I'm not entitled to the same vacation my part-timers are. So it's just not sustainable for business in general, California. 5% of profitability of full service restaurant, and the cost of the payroll increased with 23% between these past 2 years, just as an example for West Hollywood.
You opened this after COVID?
No, we here for a long time. We for 32 years in West Hollywood. We here for 2016. So 7 years. So it's
and
just
the crime and homelessness has gotten worse after COVID?
It always been lacking and going worse and worse before COVID. But with COVID, everybody got out. In the middle of COVID was incredibly bad. And then we hope things will get better. But unfortunately, the same politicians which I speak in West Hollywood, Mayor Seppi Shine and Mayor Lindsay Horvath, they actually defund the police. They eliminate police positions and they add security ambassadors by block, a company which is very poorly managed, and they cannot handle security from any aspect. So it's always the deputies which will do the job. But
do you have security guards here?
We do spend much money on security guards. We have $30,000-$40,000 a month just on security guards to be safe, especially for dinner, for brunches and things like that. And we're also running kind of a bar scene Friday, Saturday night. So for that, we even increase the security, but we need to have one security because they customers get approached. It's
Customers
bad.
get approached, really.
Oh, all the time. In that
By homeless
fountain over
people?
there, yes. In that fountain, we see people taking showers like fully nude in the middle of the street. I was with my kids the other day having dinner, and somebody just jumped
Yeah.
in, and
Yeah.
the craziness.
Well, it's public place. You can't do anything about it. But you have really nice seating outside in the patio.
Yes,
Is
yes.
it permanent or do you move it inside?
It's certain areas we pay rent to the city, so it's permanently our outdoor
Permanent.
seating. So we pay around $4 rent per square foot. It's a public space, but we pay rent on the public space. Yes.
Have you heard of Senate Bill 553?
No,
It's
I
being
don't.
talked about a lot. It's basically business owners and lawmakers held a rally a few weeks ago against this bill, which was introduced by Dave Cortes, a state senator. And under this bill, employers would be prohibited from forcing their employees to confront active shoplifters, and all retail employees would be trained on how to react to active shoplifting. So basically, small business owners are saying that this bill will encourage more shoplifting, more crime, and it's just gonna go to hell.
It sounds like
It sounds like it's doing the opposite of what it's meant to do. It's meant to protect employees from shootings, but it's just gonna increase crime because now employees will be prohibited to do anything.
Yeah, I think anyway, employees are not the solution for this, and they don't have the power to fix this.
Yeah.
The regulation, the fact it's okay stealing $950, it's okay to steal even more than that.
So you would
So
ban this regulation.
Sorry?
You would ban this law, which makes it legal to steal anything.
I think it's another delusional law. So if I have a power, I will be more strict on one penny. If you steal one penny, you need to pay for your crime. If you're a drug addict and make any type of crimes, we all go through pain. We all go through things in our life. But it's anybody's choice to go left or right. I could do cocaine and methamphetamine on the streets right now, but I choose to work 16 hours a day, to push myself, to pay my rent, and to grow my kids. I don't say people doesn't need help. Maybe instead of investing in this homelessness bill, like billions of dollars, California, billions of dollars, with all of these different agencies, which questionable, they don't have any accountability for them services. The police department in West Hollywood, the sheriff department in West Hollywood, they go in front of city council and explain them numbers. These are the crimes. This is what we did. This is what we're gonna do better. But you don't see any of those agencies, which are billions of dollars from our money, coming there and telling us what they did publicly. So it's public money, but they are treated with such secrecy, and the services are not clean enough. So it's not accountability to solving any issues. And actually, this bill is making it even worse. I don't see a future in California. I see the only future of California, it's a revolution, a civil war, because people will start arm themselves, and now it's much easier than before to arm yourself, and they will look for justice by themselves. And I encourage them to do that, because it's I know it might seem extreme, but it's now we don't have
getting mad already.
Yes, we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. The work of 32 years in this city, in this county, in this state, it's going all through the toilet, flush on the toilet, just because of political ambitions of certain politicians,
Pride, ego, corruption. They're just looking at themselves in the mirror, getting all happy, and but they don't have plans. They just want to make all these speeches. They just want to make all these things, but it's like when you ask them, okay, where are your plans? What are the step-by-step ways you're going to improve things? They'll just give you a word like equality, diversity, this, but what does that mean? It's not.
I think the great word to describe that is superficiality and drafting the policies overall. lack of analysis of what the results is going to be because of those policies. They're using big words and they do everything which seems good for the mass. And when you hear that statement, it's
Yeah.
a good statement. And then, but at the end, it's affecting their own people. For example, the highest minimum wage in the country, it's making people losing their job. I cut a
But
thousand
those things
hours
don't
every
make
month.
it to the news. You think raising minimum wage is amazing for
Yes.
people, but not
Yes.
for business owners.
Yes.
They go bust.
Not for all business owners, not because it's
Not for large
Not
corporations.
the ones who
yes.
can't afford it.
It's some ones they're gonna just get out of it, and those is just they found the police movement because of one incident we have in US. They can take this statement, let's defund the police and reduce deputies and hire security companies. Future with no police. We're not delusional people. I'm sorry to say. You do a crime, you need to pay for it. You don't need the ambulance security telling you cannot do that and you're still doing it. You need the police and you need to pay for your crime. So this inclusion movement, I will call it, it's inclusion of everybody, include the criminals, include the drug addicts, include the everybody, but don't include the middle class people, don't include the voters, don't include any business owners and any of that.
And when I was coming of age in here, they kept telling you, get a degree, get a degree, get a degree. But even our schools, they're not connected to businesses. So the businesses and the schools don't talk to each other. So you have a lot of people getting these fancy, degrees and ending up owing money, and then they don't have any kind of like special skills because of that. So they're failing, and then so some of these people are angry, they're desperate, and maybe doing bad things because there's the foundation is shaky, it's crappy. So when you have a crappy foundation, when you build something all the way up there, that's gonna just
I think I agree with you on one thing. The unfortunately the pain is, for example, if the minimum wage is 1908 and plus the tips, for example, I'm sorry, I'm giving this example a lot. A server makes around $80,000 to $85,000 minimum in any restaurant.
Wow.
Maybe goes to 120 with the PTO in West Hollywood because they have a month of days off they can take, right?
And they're contract workers or
They part-time workers,
part-time
hourly workers, part-time workers. So what you do by this, so you helping the bottom with good intention or not, but then the people with some kind of education or the middle class becomes the new poor because those people, even with the university degree, they will get a job for $65,000 or $70,000 as an entry level with studies 5 years and studies there you guys have in United States. So it's all so messed up and so delusional, I would say.
right.
It's going into a direction like it's
a very bad direction. So
Yeah.
In these council meetings, do you meet anyone as passionate as you about confronting these people?
It's many
Or
people.
many
Yes.
people? Okay.
It's
What's
many
the
pe-
response of the city council? What do they say to you?
Right.
The city council, for example, we've been last time arguing about them political ambitions and them policies being superficial.
Yep.
And at the end of the city council this past, I think was 21 of August, something like that in West Hollywood, the response of pro tempore mayor Erickson was, well, you're a corporation, you have the money in Japan, and then why you don't pay over here? And you worth $30 billion. That's what they told me. But it's actually a fake news because our company, it's a public company. We are committed to our stakeholders. So it's people like me and you investing and buying stocks into our company. And if we have a venue which is not profitable because of political ambitions, we need to close that venue. It's not like we're not a charity. We a business. We're running a business. So it's so delusional, the superficiality and the responses for those type of city councils, which you cannot even have a productive conversation. The level of or the quality of people. It's so low, and I think they put that on purpose. That low quality people running. I think that whatever will endorse them in
That are
political
bought out by the
campaigns.
Democrats, right?
Yeah, but the Democrats or Republicans, I don't know.
Yeah.
What I know, the politicians are such a low quality human beings and low
You
quality
tell
in
me.
general. I don't want to generalize, but at least Erickson
I
and
know what you're
Shine,
saying.
yes.
Yeah.
So low quality people, you cannot even have a conversation. So they try to cut your legs and put you in a bad light just because you exercise your freedom of speech in front of them.
Yeah.
So they throw you under the bus and trying to damage your image just because you tell them your truth.
Because you're not.
Where is America?
You're not.
Is
Feeding
the question.
You're
Yes.
not feeding their ego. So you're not. You're not.
You
feeding
question
their
them
ego,
up.
right? You
Yes.
question, and then they say, "Oh, so like a little kid, like, oh, you don't like like the little kid tries to get back at you at the playground.
Yes.
They're playing as if they're back in kindergarten. Or first grade.
Yeah, you cannot even have a conversation with those type of low quality people.
Well, you can expose them.
Yes,
hopefully, right?
Doesn't
yes.
work.
I of course we expose the press catch a lot of articles. You guys can look it up, but it's hard. So
Which states are you considering to moving to?
we've been looking into Texas.
Oh, yeah.
And we've been looking into Florida, just because they business friendly and looks like it's safer than what is here.
In Texas, it's the opposite. Waiters have no salary, no.
They have
wage.
like
They
$2
only live
and
off,
things
yeah,
like
they only
that.
live off tips.
Yes, but it's not necessary for that. I don't truly believe that's the right way to go.
Yeah.
You know, I think
You need a balance,
you need a
like-
balance. I think
Yeah.
that's too much, but I
Yeah.
don't mind paying a $16 minimum wage. But 1908 plus the PTO plus vacation
Yeah.
plus things
Plus all
like that.
the maximum hour requirements.
So I
and-
think then I think I'm gonna go this month to look for some location in Nashville, Tennessee.
And you're
so-
selling this place then?
I'm selling the first one. I'm gonna sell in West Hollywood because it's not profitable anymore because of
So
the.
you're in the red.
I'm in the red for over $120,000
Wow.
for the first 6 months of the year.
Wow.
After they implemented the new minimum wage thing, and we a business like we want to relate with the residents around us. We're not a fancy business. We want to have the prices of half chicken for $80, and we
Yeah.
don't care about who is
Yeah.
coming. Our business model is people coming 2 or 3 times a week. We have happy hour all night long, even if looks nice. So people can have a moment together. It's a sense of community. That's why we've been there for 32 years. But they don't understand that. And with the vandalism and window breaks and guns at the corner in the alley and getting the wallets from our guests, it's just not sustainable anymore. It's too much.
Are you part of any association with other restaurant owners?
Well, you know what? I think it's that's the bad thing. We're not very united, and people are afraid to talk because of this type of bullying from city council or retaliations from code enforcement or things like that. First time I speak at, I had the code enforcement coming back to me with I think was like 5 or 6 city violations for things I was been doing forever.
No way.
So, but
So they came after you spoke up
yes,
at the
the
city
first
council
time
meeting.
I speak, and then I go back there and I told them this
Yeah.
is retaliation. This is not fair. We need things done. Then they start working on things, but because they act as bullies, exactly how they are. And demonize the businesses if they speak up, demonize the victims if they get robbed in their own house. Erickson said the other city council, well, why they leave the door open? It's not that the point. They can leave them door open or the window open in their house when they there, wherever they want. The point is not that. So demonizing everybody who has a different perspective of things or trying to tell them what are the results of them policies. So that's very sad because it's not, it shows us is no future.
So I think, like, as an immigrant, you're all told, like in Europe, like America, land of opportunity, land to make your dreams come true. Little by little, you're seeing that it's like it was
I
like the
think,
facade of
yeah,
it,
I think
like,
that America, it's always gonna be a dream for many people to come, and I come here and because no walls between people. You know, not I'm not speaking no walls between people. Me and you, we can talk at the same table.
Yeah.
You have an Iranian background. I'm Romanian. If that happened in Iran, and I couldn't get that close with you. If that happened in Romania, I couldn't because of cultural roles about people and living for generation and
Yeah.
generation. It's a lot of judgment around and question marks. It's hard to even integrate yourself. It's hard even to get people putting you into them families, you know. But America is beautiful for that and will always be beautiful for that. But these political aspirations and what's going on right now, it tells me it's not anymore. Even if the people get close to each other, this country or this government is not
Yeah.
anymore for the people
It's for just like
Special
themselves,
interests.
themselves. So
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
problem, which I cannot digest it, and I'm not gonna be quiet. I'm gonna keep
Right, yeah.
going to the
You
city
should get your
council.
citizenship and
that's
run for
good.
office eventually.
Yeah, no,
Well,
no.
that's the
I need to
American,
learn English
you know,
first.
Your English is great.
The
But-
American way is just like fighting and not taking it. So,
Yes, yeah. So I don't know. I think maybe because I'm an immigrant, I fight for those rights harder than a citizen because Americans doesn't really understand the value of speech,
Oh,
the
yeah.
value of freedom of speech,
Right.
the value of words and expressing
Yeah.
themselves. So I value that. That I cannot do it in my country. I cannot express myself the way I'm doing it over here. But just because we have that, we need to keep talking.
But yeah, you can. But then they find sneaky ways to get at you. They don't do it in a public way, but they're sneaky about it. They say, no, you can say whatever you want, but then they're like, oh, let's
Yeah,
get some code
the
violations,
constitution
you know?
is amazing,
Yeah.
and that's why I can call them out on that. The
Right,
sneaky
right.
things, I can go
Right.
back there and speak about it. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
I sent a letter about the comments of being worthy 32 billions, calling him out. He apologized. You know, so at least you can go back to them. People give up because they bully, and as you say, because they go after you if you speak up.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why people in America doesn't feel comfortable to talk about it.
It's like they can't send you to jail for speaking up, but they can bother you.
Yes,
can
they
bully
and
a
they
little
do
bit.
that,
Right,
and they do that so many times.
So it's like, okay, like you didn't do anything illegal, but we're just gonna find a way to make your life a little difficult.
Yeah,
because
or
you
put you
said
in a bad
these
light.
things.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's been a great interview, and
Yes.
the lesson learned is don't give up, speak up.
Yes, we will. Yes,
And-
yes,
And we're
yes.
watching. So
Okay, good.
Hopefully
Come
we'll
for
be-
the city council. Support La Boheme.
Yes, I'll come to your restaurant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's that's I think it's a good approach, but you know, people who vote, they are very few of them,
yeah.
and usually are
Especially in
older
local elections.
in local election. They older people,
Yeah.
usually in rent control apartments, and usually under a union or something like that. You know, so it maybe getting to beat them because they're so strong and they've been voting, you need to convince so many people to vote,
Yes.
which is way too much. So maybe the strategy, I'm just saying, I'm thinking, the strategy of switching these people view, it's the same thing they do with us, demonizing the entities which are controlling them for years, the local 11, and look into corruption, legalized corruption between Santa Monica Santa Monica renters' right? I know for a fact they make sign every people they endorse. They make sign an NDA, and everybody does an NDA by making the city council promising they're gonna vote a yes for all the policies they're gonna put forward. Makes sense what
So
I'm
they
saying?
have a whole.
So affordable housing act, all of that thing, it's
Yeah.
behind that just developers' interest. It's
Right.
not the individual people. And it's not even affordable. Look at the affordable houses they build up. It's not affordable at all.
Look at this guy's name. He's running for Congress, and I tell his name is
Adam?
Josh. No, Josh Bocanegra. He's a business owner himself, and he's talking about the future. He's talking about technology, AI development, and he's young. and he's not, bought and sold and everything. So if you can look, he's running in the district of West Hollywood. That's the
Ah, I
Boheme
see.
district.
I know Adam Schiff. It's
No, 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 no.
I.
He's done. He's running for Senate.
Ah,
Josh
yes.
Josh wants to take his seat.
Ah, okay. Ah,
Yeah,
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Josh who?
Boca Negra, BOCANE.
Boca Negra.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes, I hope Sepi Shine is not
No, no, no,
winning.
no.
No, I don't think she's gonna.
He's a personal friend of mine.
Okay.
So yeah. So
Josh? Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Ah, I see, I see. This one, right?
yeah,
Yes,
him.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. He's really good guy.
Yeah, but I know one of I don't know exactly the name, but somebody it's they already know who is gonna run or who is gonna win. Now, what do you think? He has a chance? Because I like as a business to go with the winner. To be honest, I'm happy to donate.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, no, he'll have a chance if he can talk and if he can get the word out. He's good at speaking. He was talking about how the schools don't teach us anything about money and finance and business, so he's trying to do the right things.
But so
they-
so does Sepi Shine too, you know.
Right, right, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I think it's good for you to associate yourself with. For me, no, it's good for me as a business to associate with the winners and try to get them look this way because it's everything already decided. I think, and especially for Congress, it's everything like who is gonna win, who has the more money, who did put more, who been endorsed by more people, and yeah. But I appreciate. I'm gonna look him up. Maybe he can run for president.
maybe.